everyone, welcome to my channel, Thoughtfully Scented Soaps. Glad you're here. So today we are going to be making Coconut Lime Verbena Cold Process Soap. Haven't made it in a while. I was kind of hooked on some melt and pour for a while, and I said I got to get back into the groove again, get some soap making. So I'm glad you're here. I'm going to try to walk you through the steps, see what I take out, what I forget, and we'll just make some soap. Thanks. Hey everyone, so I'm back. I thought before I would mix, I would kind of tell you guys the colors that I use and the fragrance oils that I've used and kind of go from there. So for one thing, I want to start off, I like to soap cool. So my oils right now are 95 degrees. My lye solution is about 108. I'm making a 2.5 pound batch. I'm using this mold here. I kind of mark it off so I can figure out where I want to put my embeds. My fragrance oils, the Caribbean coconut is what I'm using for the melt and pour. And the coconut lime verbena is going to be the base of all the mixture. Let's see. So I want to talk about a couple of things. So when I usually make my cold process soap, I like to add silk to my lye solution. It's a Tussa silk. So why do I add that? I always think it adds some nice shine and it kind of helps with the lather. And I get it from Brambleberry. I'll put the link in the description below. But I've always kind of used it, and what happens is when you're mixing your lye, like right in here, you add your silk and it actually dissolves into your lye solution. So when it's super hot, it'll actually just dissolve right in there. So you can't see it, but it's in there. Another thing I like to add to my soap is kale and clay. So why do I add that? Well, it's gentle for all skin types, and I always felt that kale and clay kind of helps draw out all the impurities, but it's not harsh, and it kind of helps retain the moisture in the skin, so I just add that to my soap mixture. Here is my melt and pour. I'm going to heat it up a little bit more, but I've got it mixed already with the fragrance in it, kind of getting cold there. Okay, so let's talk about colors. So I've got these pre-mixed in some sweet almond oil. I get all my colors from Mad Micas. I love their micas. So the three colors that I'm using is the it's such a tongue twister. The Manacle P. The Manacle P. Trying to say that fast. Galactic Moss and Astro Green. So those are my three, and I have some titanium dioxide. So in my thought process, this is what I'm thinking. The base of my soap is going to be white, and I'm going to swirl in the green, and then the top I want to be kind of basically white with a little green swirl, kind of bring it up to one end and add my embeds. So that's what my thought process is. Whether it ends up being like that, I'm not sure, but this is where I am going to kind of head in that direction. So I think I'm going to pour my lye, and we are going to get started. So just remember, I haven't made this in a while. I don't, some people might say, do you filter out your lye? I don't, with my soap. I just kind of pour it in. I'm going to mix my oils here with my stick blender first. Okay. Now I'm going to pour my lye right in there. That's a disaster. Kind of tip that over there. So one good thing, which is actually, it's always good believe it or not, much didn't spill. It's always good to have paper towel near you for accidents like that. It's always good to have your dogs out of the area, which mine are in my exercise room right now, for things like that. So I'm going to hold this. Stir that around. Another thing, you know, I always kind of put my hair back because you don't want your hair flying in everywhere. And here I'm going to mix this is my kale and clay. Mix that in there. Stir it around. Now, to mind you, I haven't added my fragrance yet. Just getting this all mixed in really good. It's mixed in pretty good. Now, mind you, I am on a folding table. It is not the best. I have 2 folding tables. I probably should have used the bigger one, but I thought, we'll just kind of work with this. But I think the bigger one is actually a little bit more sturdier than this one. So it doesn't help that the stick blender is kind of wobbly. When you guys soap, if you guys are new, it's always good to just cut off a few pieces of paper towel. Always have a rag, a wet rag close by, because you always could probably use it. Okay, it's getting a little bit into trace now. Still loose, but I'm going to add my fragrance oil. Balance this so it doesn't tip over again. There we go. Now, when I read about this fragrance oil, it does not accelerate, it doesn't rice, it actually performs really well. So if you're new, it's always good to take a look at your fragrance oil and see if it turns brown, if it accelerates, so that way you get a better idea of how quickly you need to work. Just mixing it in. Okay. Now I also have a little plastic container like this right here that I put my stick blender in. And I'm going to pour it into separate buckets right now. These are for my colors. Okay, and we're going to start off with this green here. Now I'm just going to mix some of these by hand. That one in there. These cute little cups, I think I got them at the dollar store. And this is a darker green. I want to use just a little bit of that. And then we have this lighter green here. I mixed this in some sweet almond oil. So I'm just going to give this a manual stir. Like that. This is a pretty green. I think it's that Minicopol, whatever, pea. I love this green though. I love this in melt and pour too. It's really pretty. Sometimes I'll add a little shimmer to it. It's really, really pretty. And this is the moss green here, kind of on the darker side. It's pretty though. I just wanted some different shades of green. And then the titanium dioxide into this here. I am going to stick blend this again. I'm just doing a quick stir here. Getting a little bit on the thicker side, not too bad. Now, I'm not sure, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking maybe I should have added a little bit more titanium dioxide, but we'll see. I really wanted a bright white. It's not bad, but we'll see. I'm gonna get my stick blender. And then I'm going to pour this in the mold. All right, so I got my mold. Yeah, it is actually kind of white, so hopefully, and we're just gonna pour this in. And I'm gonna leave a little bit extra for the top, okay? Put that aside. And I'll bang that down, kind of spread that out. Isn't it exciting though, guys, when you make soap, you're just like, you can't wait to like unmold it and see what it looks like. Sometimes you mess up, sometimes it doesn't come out exactly how you want it, but that's how we all learn, right? Okay, and I start off with my greens here. And then I'm gonna go for my next green. Okay, and then for the darker green, kind of like in the middle. That. I'm leaving a little bit extra out on purpose. And then I've got my little swirl stick here. I'm going to turn it around because it's actually in a warped kind of way. I want to get this scoop here. Yeah. Right? I'm going to put this right in the sink. And now I'm going to heat up my melt and pour. And I'm going to wipe my edges. Get rid of these in the sink. Oh, so let's talk about the oils that I used. I wanted to do kind of a basic recipe. So what I've got today is, I'll tell you, let me just mix this up. Mixing my melt and pour here. Straighten this out a little bit. Camera. Go in a little bit. I'm kind of new to recording too, guys, so I'll get better. Okay, so the oils that I used in my soap, again, I did 2.5 pounds. I used coconut oil, palm oil, sweet almond oil, olive oil, and some castor oil. I'm going to pour high. I'm hoping it will get down into it a little bit. And if not, I'm going to poke. Let's see if I can. I'm going to get my swirl again. How about that? See if I can incorporate that in there. Okay. I am going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. I'll put you on pause. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna just scoop the white on top. And I'm going to spread it around. It smells so good. Makes me want summer and pina coladas. I like my tops high, so if I go over the edge, I'm going to wipe it down. There we go. Nice and high. I'm going to take some of this green here. I love this green. Just a little bit, kind of like down the middle. It's always fun to have a test batch when you haven't done it in a while. All right, now I'm gonna kind of do a little swirl here, kind of like that. Just to get it kind of mixed up. I can hear my dogs in the other room breathing like, are you gonna open the door, Mom? All right, now let me I have a spoon ready. I'm gonna do a quick cleaning of the edge. Like that. I'm gonna come on over here. I'm gonna do a quick bang. I think the top actually looks really neat. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of bring this to the center. Like that. I'm going to get ready to place the embeds. Isn't that pretty? Here's my drizzle of my melt and pour. Guys, this smells so good. It's like 30 degrees today. I live in Virginia and it's so cold out and I just want summer. You know, I'm going on a cruise in May and all I can think about is drinking a pina colada. As I make this, it's just so tropical smelling. All right. And now we have our embeds, kind of like this. So I'm going to place my representation of a coconut in the middle. I'm going to actually take my gloves off because I need to be able to pick those up and put them exactly where I want. These gloves are a little big. I love them though because in case I splash lye or something, it protects me. Okay, here we go. Kind of looking. Here, we're going to center it. Cute. And then my little line piece. I'm just placing them in any direction. You guys like, you know, the way, I mean, I love the way cold processed soap feels. It's just awesome. That's how I got into it, is I used to go to fairs and I would buy people's soap because I loved it so much and I kept saying, man, I gotta learn how to make this. Cute. Okay guys, so let's show you. I swear I will get used to recording a little bit better. Okay, let's get these out of the way. And there we go. There we go. And I know I was actually looking at the video I just recorded. And, you know, you think you're kind of in frame, but I noticed that this is the fairy duster right here. Where am I going? There we go. Mad Micah's fairy duster, Nina Simone. That's what it kind of looks like, and you just kind of push the top part and squirt it on. So, all right guys, so I will make sure that I am in focus tomorrow so you guys can see when I make the cup, but it's kind of exciting. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll get better with these videos as I practice. I've always wanted to be good at them, but you're never going to get good unless you try. So you got to start somewhere, right? You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button, because actually I make body butter, bath bombs, lotion bars, so I plan on making a lot of videos with those products so you can see how I make them. But yeah, for now I just thought I'd try some cold process and see how I can record a batch and go from there. So thanks for supporting me, and have a wonderful day. Alright, sorry about that guys, I think my battery died, but here's the second piece. Looks beautiful. I love it. Piece. These are nice thick bars too. Really nice, and they feel so silky. Remember I put that silk in it? If you hear that noise, I have my granddaughter today, so she's right behind me playing on the floor. When I get done, I'll do a nice close-up of one bar so everybody can see. Hopefully you guys can see that. Real pretty though. I'm smelling it again. Smelling that coconut. You can see a little bit of a sparkle in the middle, and that's where the melt and pour is. Madeline! And you know what else is pretty? On the side too. You can see on the sides, real pretty. I know some people actually, or I was going to anyways, refer these to like hybrid soap. You know, it's kind of like a mix of two soaps. You've got your cold process and your melt and pour, but I like it. Very nice. All right, and here's your last piece. So I'm gonna stand up to make sure that you guys can get a really good sense. There, see that? Isn't that pretty? And there's the side, there's the melt and pour that you can see. And then the top. Real pretty. I am so excited. I'm gonna clean the edges and get these all set. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to more awesome cold process videos. Have a great day, guys.